What's going on, everybody? It is April 30th. It is a Thursday. Even though in my last video I said it's a Wednesday, I'm sorry. The whole reason that I've started doing that is so I can remember what day it is. And I guess I said Wednesday in the last video. It was bound to happen eventually. It was bound to happen. With everything going on right now, I just like to remind myself what day it is by saying it in my videos. And I think it helps some people. I see comments on it once in a while. But there were a couple lulls in the last video, so I just wanted to address that. Now, new Assassin's Creed game. Looks pretty good. I watched the trailer of it just a little bit ago, and I liked it. Thought it looked fun. I like some of the ideas that I'm hearing about this game, possibly letting you manage a Viking settlement and all kinds of stuff. I think there's a lot of cool ideas here. I'm into it. I'm not the biggest Assassin's Creed fan, though I did like Odyssey. I did like that game quite a bit. Not a big fan of the originals, and a lot of people might not care for my opinion on that. I just don't care for the future stuff. I wish these games were just always set in the past and would follow the legacy as it goes on instead of like you're living it through somebody else's memories or whatever. I'm not, that stuff I could care less about. Odyssey didn't have very much of that, which is one of the reasons I liked it. This game looks good though. But as you can imagine, from just looking at the lead character in the game, at least as far as we know, it could be optional like the last game. You've already got people upset. And they're not just upset about that. They're upset about memes in the chat. So let's take a look at some whining here. So let's start here. Here's some examples. So the game was premiered over a live stream. I guess it was a big event. You had people drawing characters and stuff. So I guess this was all day people were putting spoilers for The Last of Us in there. And they were roasting the idea of female protagonists. So you've got this person here sharing some tweets. Please, no female antagonist. It's just so unrealistic. Just ACC, think about it. So they're crying about these, by the way. They're upset. Okay. Which goes back to the old argument that they want to be able to moderate everything. This is one thing that NPCs are very upset about, that they can't. So what they're upset about is that they can't control the speech on YouTube usually. Whereas like on a forum, this is kind of one of the reasons a lot of forums are dead, is because they're so moderated. Reddit's had that problem lately. Been a big problem over there. And a lot of fan forums have had that problem for a long time. They want to control speech. That's the big thing. So here comes God of War director Cory Barlog. Sigh. I just sigh. Someone drops an unrelated to this video thing about how Neil Druckmann and Cory Barlog are clowns, and how they want to push woke garbage everywhere, but they also want to be big like Kojima, and it's never going to happen because Kojima is actually a genuine cool person, and they're woke clowns. And he says, I can understand not liking Neil since he didn't pay his employees, but Cory, what did he do? And then Cory comes in and says, I had the audacity to speak. Just a little fun drop here. The real story, though, is over here at Forbes. So this writer is upset because the chat, like the other people, was plagued with rampant sexism and all kinds of stuff. Now, what's funny about this, okay, I actually roasted an Assassin's Creed article by Forbes a while ago. And the writer was mad that you had player's choice in the previous two games. So in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, if you remember, you got to pick between siblings, a male or a female. He wanted the male completely gone. In his opinion, the female character was superior and the greatest female character of the past decade. And it's istophobic that you got to choose because more people chose the male character. What we need to do is eliminate that option and force people to pick the female character. That was pretty much the entire article. I had a lot of fun doing that video. That was a while ago. But that was pretty much the article right there. And it was quite hilarious. So now he's going to complain about spoilers in the chat and comments in the chat. And then he totally 360 the argument over to talking about why this game should have had a female character. It's really funny. I knew this was going to happen. I didn't expect it to be so soon. Usually it takes a day or two for journalists to whine about this stuff, but this guy, you got to give it to him. He's right on the ball, right there, ready to rock. As soon as he saw the beard, he was mad and offended.
How dare you?
So let's go over his reasoning. Yesterday, Ubisoft did something pretty cool. They revealed the next Assassin's Creed game along with a day-long stream of artist Boss Logic's creating art for the game in Photoshop. It became pretty clear that the setting would be Viking era after a couple of hours. Hard to hide those ships. And by the end, the setting was a complete, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla was announced with a trailer to come today. Now, everyone knew this was going to be Viking. How did you not? Like, that was like the worst kept secret for the past year. Everyone was talking about that. Well, at least most people were that knew what was coming for the game. So it was neat concept, but it was impossible to recommend that anyone actually tune into the stream. Why? Take your pick. Last of Us 2 spoilers or rampant sexism. Yesterday's stream shows the perils of tuning into any major stream over the course of the next month due to the information about the plot of The Last of Us 2 that was leaked this week by a disgruntled ex-Naughty Dog employee. Wasn't it because he wasn't getting paid, though? Wasn't that why he's mad? Why don't you write a piece about why the guy was mad instead of licking company boots like all of you journalists do? And I find it funny. I can't tune in any streams. I can't recommend a stream because people might make kitchen jokes about women cooking. Oh, that's seriously what he's mad about. You'll see in a second. So continuing, no less than 60 seconds after turning on the stream in the morning, I was greeted with Last of Us 2 spoilers. No more than a single line of text and a fast-scrolling chat, but it was still impossible not to see and not to have it ruin those significant plot points. I already had the plot spoiled the previous day on Twitter, but I imagine thousands more had it ruined from the stream alone as those spoilers were spammed repeatedly. Now, usually I would be against this. I would be against, spoiling stuff because I think it's kind of lame to do that personally. Now, in this case, I don't care because this has got to be one of the worst. The spoilers behind this game are ridiculous, and I'm all for telling your story. But who thought that it was going to be a good idea to do that game? The Last of Us 2 is a complete joke. Okay, I haven't seen anybody say that this was a great idea yet. And if you like it, that's fine. When I did a video on it the other day, my previous video on the copyright strike stuff, that didn't have any spoilers in it. But when I did go over the spoilers in my video going over some of the new stuff that came out, given Sarkeesian and her connections to the game, I went over the spoilers and I made it clear in the entire video there was going to be spoilers. That's just me, but you can't control the chat. Okay, the chat is going to do what it's going to do, especially in a stream that probably had thousands of people. There's no way to moderate that. Unless you turn the chat off, which they would like. If you remember, back in the day, news articles used to have comments on them. They turned all those off. They don't have those on anymore on most websites. That was the most fun there you could have going to the websites is arguing back and forth with people in the comment section. They got rid of that because people would prove a lot of their garbage wrong and all that stuff. So they got rid of it. And they want to get rid of it on YouTube as well. So you need to turn that pesky chat off. That's what he's basically saying here, whining about the spoilers. But this isn't what really made him mad. What he was really mad about was people saying that they didn't want a female character in the game. So we're going to get to that. So as they continued, it didn't stop. Hours later, you could tune in, and with a few minutes, those Last of Us 2 spoilers would appear again. It wasn't just a meme at the start. It was something that ran all day long and was possible to avoid, especially on YouTube, which seemed even less moderated than Twitch. That led into the second stream later in the day. For most of the stream, Boss Logic was hiding the central figure in the middle of the piece, but near the end, he started filling it in, and eventually you could see that with a beard being colored in, this character was male.
Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president.
So you see where this is going. So here we get to what his real problem is. This naturally set off a gross maelstrom of chat comments. Ubisoft has never committed to making a solo female assassin in any of its major Assassin's Creed releases outside of minor titles like AC3 Liberation. Eventually, they started introducing a choice in some games, picking between male and female. The siblings in Syndicate, or most recently picking siblings in Odyssey. though the choice was permanent for the duration of the game. I previously said this was a mistake in Odyssey to even have that choice, as with the majority of the players picking the male. They missed out on playing as Cassandra, generally one of the best video game characters ever to be introduced in this decade. So that was the article I was talking about. It was a big mistake to even have that choice. Basically, because he enjoyed that character more, you need to play it as well. That's kind of the narcissism and the ego that these NPCs have. They want to take away your choice. They want to take away what you like. It's got to be all about what they like. That's been no secret, though. We've all known that. It's all about them. Me, not you. So I did hope that with a rumored Viking game coming, we could see a shield maiden lead. But once that beard showed up in the stream, a male protagonist was confirmed, at least as an option. What's funny about that is we don't know. There could be a female character. What's he supposed to do? Draw a male and a female and reveal them both? Was he supposed to draw two versions like at the same time? Kind of kills the effect, right? So we don't know. There could be a female character in the game. We don't know. I really don't have a problem with them having two versions of the character. In fact, in some ways, I think that that's better because you know what that does? In a lot of cases, it offers replayability because there's usually choices that you can only do as one or the other. A good example for this is some of like Knights of the Old Republic, Fallout games, at least the old ones where you had some choices. There was different options that you could do, and it made you want to play the game twice just to see what it was like. I like that. Personally, it gives you more value for the game as well. So I'm not against that. I really wouldn't have been against them having a female protagonist either in this game, but they chose to do with a male. That's their choice. I don't see the issue here. The problem is that these journalists aren't real journalists. They're activists, and they want to push that. And this guy's so offended. He's fake offended, first off, right? I'm sure it's either fake or maybe he is. Of course, he fits the bill. It's, of course, another white male dude upset and obsessed with making you play as POC or women. You know, I've always asked, don't people get sick of these people trying to stand up like they're your champions or something? You would think they'd be sick of it. I would be. I don't know. I don't need you to speak for me. That would be my attitude on it, but whatever. Anyway, going on, here's where the problem is. The problem was the reaction by chat to this, with a large number of fans that were actually celebrating the fact that it wasn't a woman that was revealed as the lead character in the image. Among the statements yesterday, no female, I'm happy. We need a male character. Yes, it's not a stupid woman. and then multiply that times several hundred. And it's pretty, and it's a pretty representative sample. Sigh. So, I think a lot of people are happy that it's a male character. Here's the thing. For a while now, okay, they've been shoehorning and shoving these like strong women characters into games, like purposely. Like, look what happened with Star Wars Fallen Order, right? People were generally mad that was a male character. Like, there was a couple of I'm pretty sure I did a video or two on this because there were people making articles saying that it needed to be a woman and all this stuff, and how dare they? And this, of course, means that Star Wars is still isophobic and all of this stuff, and it's just getting ridiculous at this point. This is, and mark my words, unless they announce that there's an option to play as a female, there'll be several more articles like this trashing Assassin's Creed. There also will probably be articles because it's a dude of a lighter tone. That's going to come too. But you'll see more articles about this having another male lead, unless they announce that it's an optional character. Then you won't. But then you'll still see an article about them using him as the box art. It never ends. So anyway, sigh. If I had to guess, Assassin's Creed does not have an exclusively male protagonist. Rather, I think we may be heading deeper into RPG territory, that this may be the first Assassin's Creed game with a character creator that would allow for both gender options to make their shield maidens if they want to. I think that's why we can't see the face of the character in the artwork, and we'll probably see that aspect revealed in today's trailer if it does exist. So yes, another choice. That's fine, I guess. But again, I maintain that a game like Odyssey would have been better if all players did have to play as Cassandra, the better lead, and the game was made worse because of the choice in place. How is it made worse? How is it made worse because you still had the choice to play as her? Other people that played as the male character didn't hamper your experience. You still got to play as Cassandra. Nothing changed for you. You say it's quite a fine game that way. So how is the game worse because of it? This is the stuff I just don't understand. I don't understand your argument here. This is likely going to be the main character of the game. Now, like I said, could be optional. We don't know yet. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. More details of the game will start to roll out. I don't think you're going to see a character creator. I don't see that happening. Could happen, maybe. I don't know. I don't really care if there is or not. I think that would be cool, but I'd be fine playing as either or. We'll see what happens. But I look forward to the salt. I look forward to the trash fire. It'll be fun. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this, guys. What do you think? What do you think about the game? What do you think about them wanting to curb your ability to talk and chat as always and shutting down your ability to speak? Give me your thoughts on that. Also, if you would share the video, throw a like up. Make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that and subscribe if you're new.